Hey guys, welcome back to the Cool Classic Kids Show, and today we have to discuss, well, review bombing, and also in the process calling out Game Rant for basically wrongfully claiming that Redfall is being review bombed because it isn't. Now, what is review bombing? Well, you know, people have their ways of describing review bombing to, for example, something like Game Rant to a lot of these journalistic websites. Review bombing implies malicious intent to try and destroy said company. A lot of other people also believe that, you know, review bombing is a form of protest, you know, against said company over whatever have you, whatever this piece of entertainment entails or is trying to push, at times propagandistically. Now, in regards to Redfall, I previously put out my first impressions of it and my last impressions of it, because after playing that game for about 2 hours, I yeeted it off my fucking PC because it was absolutely atrocious waste of time. A game that clearly was just shoveled and thrown at a wall to see if it'll stick. I don't understand why this game even bothered to come out. I've said at most, this is a tax write-off for Microsoft because of how disgusting and terrible the game is. Now, Game Rant is accusing the gaming community of review bombing Redfall. Review bombing a game that is trash. That is not review bombing. Inherently, they're literally misusing the term because really people are talking about their displeasure with a terrible game, both fundamentally, in terms of design, the artistic value of it. It is sadly just trash all around, and it seems as though this is something the mass majority of the community and even a decent amount of critics can come to terms with. But we have Game Rant over here, and let's bring up their review because, well, these dickheads say that Redfall is a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Now, 3.5 implies okay to good in that range. This game is atrocious. This game, do not waste your money, guys. It is horrible. To pay $70 for this pile of shit, please use your $70 to anything else. Consider maybe, I don't know, St. Jude or a game that's actually deserving of, or you can put that towards Final Fantasy 16, a game that seems to be aiming for some serious highs. Redfall didn't aim for any highs at all. This game was just shoveled out there to be, I don't know what. I don't know what. I just don't understand why this game exists, but they think that the game was okay to good. They're objectively wrong. I'm sorry to have to say. Now, Game Rant here says, Redfall is getting review bombed. I call bullshit. They say, Redfall is getting review bombed shortly after its release, as users report running into a variety of problems. Developed by Arcane Austin, the team behind 2017's Prey, Redfall is a first-person shooter in which players face off against a legion of vampires. Now, look, Arcane actually has made a decent amount of games in the past, not just Prey, but the Dishonored series, as well as Deathloop. All of these games are, you know, pretty much liked all around. They're a very competent development team. And the one differentiation between their previous works that people talk fondly of and Redfall is that Redfall is not even remotely a competent release. It is just a bastard in every single way, sad to say. But they still claim that gamers are review bombing Redfall, a travesty to gaming. They continue. Redfall received mixed reviews at launch and currently sits at a score of 64 on Metacritic for the Xbox Series X version, with some critics calling it generic and shallow. This marks Redfall as one of the lowest rated AAA releases of 2023. So that implies that it's not, I mean, look, the yellow symbol, I guess, on Metacritic, while I don't value Metacritic at all, implies mixed, but for the most part, everyone thinks this game is shit. You know, everyone thinks this game is shit. And it is indeed one of the lowest rated AAA releases of 2023. And there have been some stinkers that have come out this year. Don't, you know, make no assumption about it. But joining the likes of Forspoken and the Lightfall expansion of Destiny 2, now it appears that Redfall is getting review bombed, as some users have their own list of issues with the game. they're not just the user's issues. They're inherently objective problems with the game. That's not review bombing. That's addressing the reality that this game is broken. This game is just terrible. There is no redeeming qualities about Redfall. This is not review bombing. This is simply informing people that this is garbage. Redfall has a rating of mostly negative on Steam, as users leave negative reviews to voice their concerns. Many users state that the PC version of Redfall suffers from performance issues. This is true. I played it. Terrible performance issues. With one fan calling it another contender for worst PC port of 2023. This is also true. This is a garbage port. A lot of players also appear to be dissatisfied with the graphical quality of Redfall. It is an ugly fucking game. While there are also several complaints regarding the AI just stands there. The AI has no idea what the fuck it is doing. It is an empty world. Yes, very empty. And the lack of matchmaking for co-op gameplay. Yeah, that's also an issue. So all of these things are objectively true statements. How is this a review bomb? You fucking idiots. Some users have also raised an issue with Redfall's price, saying that it's not worth $70 in its current state. This is also true. Microsoft has announced that it would raise the cost of its first-party games to the $70 price tag, starting with Redfall, with Starfield and Forza Motorsport following the same pricing structure. Like all Microsoft first-party games, Redfall launched on Xbox Game Pass as a day one release, allowing members to play it at no extra cost. Well, people do pay for Game Pass. That's not a free service by any means. But yes, people were able to play it at a lower cost if they just simply subscribed for the month, as opposed to paying $70. I don't think that this game is worth $70. I don't think this game is worth PC Game Pass, which is the $10 price tag. This game was not released. It escaped. It does not deserve to be sold for money. The game has not been without its fair share of controversies. The game is bad. There's nothing to be controversial about besides Microsoft thinking it was acceptable, as well as Bethesda believing it was acceptable to release the game. They continue, as it was revealed that a PS5 version of Redfall was canceled after the acquisition of Bethesda Softworks by Microsoft, then Arcane Austin confirmed this basically has nothing to do with their claim that Redfall is being review bombed. This is just fodder, but we'll continue to hear them out. So just read the whole article, then we'll have our discussion afterwards. But then Arcane Austin confirmed in April that Redfall would be locked to 30 FPS on the Xbox Series X at release, with a 60 FPS patch coming later. This review bombing incident is the latest addition to the list of controversies. There's nothing controversial about the bad review scores. Literally nothing. Some high-profile games have been subject to review bombing in recent months for a variety of reasons. This includes games like Resident Evil 4 and the Burning Shores DLC for Horizon Forbidden West, with Star Wars Jedi Survivor also receiving backlash for its performance issues, especially on PC. With over half of 2023 still left, gamers can probably expect even more titles to get review bombed in some fashion. Redfall is out on PC and Xbox Series X and X consoles. Guys, Game Rant are absolute assholes for this. What a bunch of clowns. Redfall is not being review bombed. Redfall is being received poorly for good reason, because it is a terrible game. There is no patch simply making this game run at 60 FPS does not fix even a third of the issues with this game. This game would have to go under a lot of changes and updates in order for it to be a game even remotely acceptable. Just simply making the game 60 FPS, not going to fix any. That's honestly, at this point, that's the most minor of issues in regards to Redfall, because everything they listed here in regards to what the actual people that pay for this game or pay for Game Pass in order to have access for this game, the people that pay for it, not given free review copies, like, Game Rant here was given, and it's in there. You have to understand with Game Rant, in order to retain access, they're kind of the type, these websites will give the benefit of the doubt to Microsoft simply to continue to receive access to their games for free even. So the people that actually paid for this game, particularly even on Steam, people on Steam actually paid $70 or more to play this game. And they are saying it is not worth it. Do not buy. The reception on Steam is absolutely dreadfully bad. Let me see if I could bring that up. Yeah, I mean, I can't really zoom in on Steam, but guys, it's all reviews, almost 900, mostly negative. Mostly negative. Let's read some of this shit. Why do developers think they can charge $70 for games like this? My sentiments exactly. This individual says, this is the first arcane game that I don't enjoy. This person says, next-gen gaming starter pack. Same or even worse graphical fidelity than old-gen games. Abysmal optimization that requires an RTX 4090 minimum and still can't hit 60 FPS. A $70 to $90 price tag for a mid and unfinished game. Apology statement after releasing games in a broken state. After months of patching, nothing improves. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes with modern day gaming. This person says, how to save $70 guide. First method, do not buy this game. Second method, refund this game. Good luck. Yeah, so basically, this game is absolutely dreadful. Dreadful. There's no review bombing here. They're simply bringing to light the reality that this is a horrible game. Horrible. And, for Game Rant to sit here and accuse us, or accuse gamers of review bombing, they should be absolutely ashamed of themselves and called out for it. I will not stand for this nonsense. I wholeheartedly believe that, these websites, these games journalist websites want to remove our voice from being heard. They would ideally love to control more of the narrative. It'd be more lucrative for them. They probably, have better deals with game companies if people were not allowed to tell the truth as openly as they can. And guess what? Metacritic is going to change their terms of how the users can review games on there. It's not like, they're going to also deal with the review bombing that so-called journalists do, because journalists do, in fact, also review bomb. It could be politically motivated. It could be a lot of things. It could be review bombed both for and against. And that's something that's completely ignored as well. Review bombing is only problematic when it's negative or some shit like that. When really there's a lot of positive review bombing too, some of which, cancels each other out in the grand scheme of things. But to sit here and accuse gamers of review bombing Redfall, a truly dreadful game, absolutely pisses me off, and Game Rant should be ashamed of themselves. Stop trying to remove the voice of the gamer. Gamers actually pay for the game or pay for the subscription service to pay for the game. So if you have a problem with that, fuck you. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. You can like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, or Kick if you'd like to continue the conversation. Consider becoming a channel member if you'd like to have instant access to the Discord. And guys, we'll love you to sit. I'm out. Peace.